Hi, Tanna Marshall here with your Feel Good Friday message. And today, in honor of Veterans Day, I just want to express gratitude to all the veterans, all the military personnel, past and present, and say thank you for your service. Thank you for your sacrifices. And whether or not you know somebody in the military, I just want to invite you to do the same. Just from your heart, send out love and gratitude to all the veterans, all the people currently serving in the military and their families, and let them know that we appreciate them. And I'm going to speak directly to them. We appreciate you. We recognize what you're doing for us, and we celebrate you today. And this day was very important to my father. He was always very adamant about making sure we put the flag out on any important American holiday, but especially Veterans Day was very important to him because my daddy served in World War II. This is him. I'm not sure if there's glare. This is my dad right before he shipped out for World War II. My grandma wrote on the back of this, Bob Marshall, Marines, 1942. And this is the Bible that he carried with him, that his grandparents gave to him, carried it all throughout the war. And when he was going to enlist, my grandfather advised him, why don't you just join the reserves and then you won't have to serve all 4 years. So he joined the reserves and he served 3 years and 11 months. So, and because of that, I kind of have to thank the military for this experience because my dad came out to San Diego from Illinois for boot camp and he loved it here. And after the war was over, I think it was the first day after he got home from the war, it was in the winter, and he slipped on some ice. And the next day, he packed up his car and moved out here to California. And shortly thereafter, he met my mom, and the rest is history. So, but as far as his service, he never really liked to talk too much about his experience. He was in the South Pacific. I knew he was in the Solomon Islands. He was actually near the Marshall Islands, ironically, and also near, there's a Tanna Island out there in that vicinity as well. But I only heard about kind of superficial things like they would use toothpaste to make the water taste cold. If they only had warm water to drink, they'd put toothpaste in their mouth and then it would make the water seem cold. Little things like that. But it wasn't until a few years ago, many years after my father's death, that we found out he was in this group called Carlson's Raiders, which was pretty important and pretty how do I want to say this? They had kind of to do gruesome work in the South Pacific with the Japanese. I'm not going to go into it because I'm not well enough educated on it to speak about it for you, but I was really impressed when I did read up on it and saw the work that they did. And there was a picture of this group, and there was my father right in the middle of this picture. You know, a family friend sent it to us and said, "Hey, is this your dad?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, that is absolutely my dad." You know, he's got very prominent features, very distinctive hairline and brow line. And I was like, "That is my daddy." Wow. So that was pretty impressive. But my brother and I had a better understanding of why he didn't want to talk about his war experience after that, because it was a really difficult group he was in and difficult work that they were doing. But aside from that, he was always very proud to be a veteran. And I remember my years at Capitol and other jobs, but primarily at Capitol, if they did not give us Veterans Day off, he was so upset. He's like, "You should get this day off. It's a day of respect." And, so he was very proud of it, but didn't want to relive it. You know, we tried watching Saving Private Ryan together, and he couldn't really get past the first part. He like got up and had to leave the room. So I was like, okay, that's enough. So I never pressed him for any details, but I was always very proud that he served in World War II and that my grandfather served in World War I. Excuse me, things are falling off my lap. Um, and I just want you to express appreciation for the people who do so much for our country to keep it free. And maybe you're not feeling so great about our country right now. And so I want to remind you that this country is made up of individuals. It really is. So what you can do to make sure that this country is great is just embody the principles and the ideals that you feel are the truest and highest for this country, because we as individuals have the power to change the world and to change our country just by the way we live, by the way we think, by what we believe. And so you have that power every day to wake up and be the best person that you can be and to live in truth and to do your best at being a good person at whatever your job is, being good to the people around you. Express the principles that are most important to you in your daily life. And as always, find what makes you feel good. Make sure there are things in your immediate surroundings that are making you feel good. And when you are a positive force, you will be a positive influence on the people around you in your immediate circle. And that will have a ripple effect. I've talked about this in past videos. I talked about this to a certain degree just last week regarding the election and just kind of staying calm and just trusting that all is well. And it will be well. And if you just do your best to be a good person and to send those good vibes out and just focus on your own life, your own little bubble of positivity, and express that as best you can in your daily life with the people that you are close with, it will reach out to the rest of the world, because those people will then feel better and express those positive ideals in their life and embody them. And we're all going to be fine. You just have to trust that we're all going to be fine. And this is a great country, and it's taken many years and many people, many amazing, honorable people to create this country, and it's going to continue being a great country. So that is how you can do your part. And remember, there's a higher power here that is in charge of everything. And that's really what we have to trust. I mean, it says it on our money, in God we trust. So right now, even if you don't like the concept of God or you don't believe in God, just use God as a label for a higher power, because that's what's on the money. So I'm saying it today. So in God we trust. In this higher power we trust that rules over everything, no matter who is in a position of power on the planet. This higher power is higher and more powerful. So remember that, and I hope that that gives you some comfort. Just please trust that all is well. And just remember to honor the veterans today. They deserve it. And as my father would say, remember to put your flag out. Very important to him. This is going outside right after this. So with that, I want to wish you a great weekend. Just breathe, relax, trust that this great country will take care of all of us. And the people, as individuals, maintaining a high vibe, will take care of the country. And thanks to all the veterans for all that you've done. I appreciate you. Everyone appreciates you. And we thank you so much for your service. And if you ever see anybody in the military, please just say that to them. Say thank you for your service. It means so much to them to know that they are appreciated and that their service is being acknowledged. So I'm acknowledging all of you. Thank you so much. And thank you for watching once again and spending a little bit of time with me here today. I really, really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to my channel on YouTube so you can join me here every Friday. There's a new message every Friday. And if you'd like these videos delivered straight to your inbox every Friday, very convenient, jump over to my website, tannamarshall.com, get on the mailing list, and you will receive the video and a special note that I only send out to my list every week. So have a great weekend, everyone. Honor the veterans, stay in a good vibe, trust that all is well, and I'll see you next time.